back to our channel. I am going to show you guys what I am making for breakfast today. It is a medium day today, so I get 170 carbs for the day. I did have a little bit of tea this morning, which I forgot to film, but I'll show you guys what I used this morning, just so you guys know. So I used this green tea with lemon and ginseng. Which is really good. I really like green tea. We have like a bunch of green tea actually in this house. So I used that. I did use 1 packet of stevia, which I love because it gives it a little bit of a sweet flavor, but it's not too like overwhelming. And then I did try mixing it with apple cider vinegar, and it wasn't too bad, especially with the lemon in the tea. It kind of just went well together. So if you guys want to try that out, I actually like it way better than with the water. But for breakfast, I am going to be making some egg tacos. So I'm going to be using Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage. Sorry, it's a little squished, but it's really good with your eggs. And then I'm going to just be using some regular eggs. And then some tortillas. You can use any type of tortillas you like. Right now, I really like the El Milagro corn tortillas. I usually like their white flour corn tortillas as well. So whatever floats your boat. For like a lower day, you can also use the Mission Carb Balance tortillas. These are actually really good, and they're a little bit bigger. They are flour tortillas, so I usually on my like low carb days, I like to use these, especially because it keeps you a little bit fuller than just like having meat and eggs and stuff like that. All right, so let's get started on our breakfast tacos. So this is our finished product. Looks delicious. Of course, you don't have to, you can do like an egg sandwich if you want, but I honestly love breakfast tacos. I've always made them since I was like little, because the first thing I learned how to make was eggs. So but it's just egg, the Jimmy Dean sausage, some Colby Jack shredded cheese, and then of course a little bit of Valentina on top. So delicious. So excited. Also, with these tortillas, this meal is only about 40 carbs, 36 in the tortillas, and then like 1 or 2 in the sausage, and then like another 1 or 2 in the cheese because I didn't use too much. But yeah, it's a great meal for a medium day. It's a great filler for a breakfast medium day, and it's really, really good. Okay guys, it is lunchtime. Yay! I did eat breakfast a little bit late today because that apple cider vinegar and green tea does fill me up a little bit in the morning. So I'm just gonna get something a little small put together. I've made this before on the channel, but I only showed like the after. I didn't show like the whole process of it because I forgot to film that day. So I'm actually gonna film it for you guys today. So I'm just gonna be making tuna. So in terms of tuna, I like to use any tuna just as long as it's in water. It is a little bit healthier, like calorie intake wise, than the one that they sell that's in oil. So I use a lime, and then just mayonnaise. This one is light mayonnaise. And then I usually do it with like wheat crackers. I do have like the buttery round crackers from Aldi. But today I'm gonna just use tostadas, just because I think they're a little bit better. For 2 of these, it's 24 grams of carbs, and then for 5 of these, it's 10. And these are a little bit smaller, and these have more space, so I can actually grab and like actually eat it. So it's just preference on crackers versus the tostada chips. But for today, I'm just gonna be using the tostada chips. It is a medium day again for me, so either one would have worked, but I'm in the mood for tostada chips, so let's get started. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. It honestly looks pretty gross, but it is so good, I promise you. Alright, well I'm probably just gonna make some green tea. I'm gonna eat my tuna, and then I will see you guys later for dinner. Okay, friends and family. Alright, it is dinner time! And tonight I'm going to be making dinner. Xavier is at school. He doesn't get out till an hour or so. So I'm just gonna start dinner. I'm going to make what we call supremes. We just randomly name our unique dishes that we make, just so we can kind of like, instead of describing every ingredient to each other, we like, hey, let's make those tonight. So it's pretty much just a quesadilla, but it has lean ground turkey in it. So it's pretty good, honestly. Sometimes we'll do chicken instead of the lean ground turkey, but for now we're just gonna do the lean ground turkey. So what you're gonna need are tortillas. Any tortillas will do. We're just gonna use El Milagro tonight. Any type of cheese. We like the Colby Jack cheese. We also like to do the Mexican shredded cheese. That one's really good. Your ground turkey, which is just in a bag. For the rice, I'm just going to do white rice with a little bit of onion just for flavor, and then some green pepper, and we'll get that started. I will be cooking my lunch simultaneously, which is just going to be cheddar Italian sausages just on top of a bed of broccoli, because tomorrow is my lower day for carbs. Alright guys, so let's get started. Alright, so I'm just going to use a little bit in the ground beef, or the ground turkey, excuse me. Just to give it a little bit of flavor as it's cooking. And then I'm also going to brown some up, use it in the rice to give it some flavor. And I don't really like onion. The only thing I will eat that has onion in it is like onion rings, but we're not doing that today, so. Or unless they're like really finely chopped and I can't like taste them or see them. I'm one of those people. Alright, so I'm just going to heat up my pan. A little bit of oil, olive oil we have in here. Just because also lean ground turkey doesn't produce a lot of fat or oil when it's cooking. It doesn't really help the cooking process, shall we say. Excuse my Christmas pajama shorts. Look at him. He's ready. He thinks it's dinner time for him, even though I just fed him. Look at him. Okay. So then I'm just gonna add my onion. My chopped onion. Is it heating up? And I'm going to cut a little bit more for the rice. By the way, I'm really bad at chopping vegetables, so please don't judge me. I say, as long as it gets done, it's good, right? Alright, so I'm also going to turn on the back burner. Alright, and I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in that as well, just to kind of brown up those onions, give the pan a little bit of a flavor to start working with. It's starting to heat up. I'm going to put the heat up a little bit higher. It's not a lot of onion. I don't like a lot of onion, neither does Xavier. You can add as much onion as you want. It's just a preference. And I just do this for a little bit of flavor. If I don't have onions at the time, I'll either use onion powder or like garlic salt. That's a good alternative for when the meat is actually cooking. Alright, so then I'm going to add the onions to the pot for the rice. So I quickly washed my knife and my cutting board because I didn't want the onion taste to overpower the green pepper when I cut it. Okay, so the onion is browning up a little, so I can add my meat. So we just we buy the big family pack of ground beef and like chicken breasts and stuff. So it is in a bag. Okay, so the onions for the rice are browning. So I'm just going to add the rice itself, dry. I already washed this before I put it in here. So I'm just going to do 1 cup because I don't get a lot of rice today. All my carbs for dinner are going to be mostly in the tortillas. And the rice, I like to crisp the rice a little bit, kind of like, not fry it, but that's just the way I was taught, was to burn the rice a little bit. Not burn it, but, you know, cook it, make it a little bit crispier. So the onions are getting crispy, so is the rice. So this is the perfect time to add water. All right, so I got my water here. I'm just going to add some. Usually add just a little bit above. I know some families do like from your fingertip to your first little finger wrinkle. That's where how much water you put into it. Again, I just kind of eyeball it. Alright, so after being mixed a little, I'm going to cover it. And I usually put a timer for about 15 minutes and let it boil and sit. And I'm just going to make my Italian beef, or the Italian sausages for tomorrow. I'm going to finish making the Italian sausages, and I'll check back with you guys when I start making the actual quesadillas. Okay, so I'm finishing up my Italian sausages over here. Alright, so I'm just going to turn up the heat on my meat back here. And I'm going to give it a stir. I was stirring it a little bit in between while I was finishing this. The rice is done. Alright, so I have another pan to actually start making the quesadillas. So it's just going to be a little bit of oil. Let the pan heat up. Okay, so it's a little bit hot. So I start with 1 tortilla. Kind of just spin it around in the oil. Just to kind of get that crisp. See how the oil sticks mostly to the tortilla. It's honestly really pretty gross, but you know, it tastes good. So then I do that, let it heat up a bit, and then I will start to add a little bit of cheese. All right, so when the cheese starts to melt a little bit, I'll start to add some of the meat. I can actually turn this heat off now, since I will be starting. And then I'll throw a little bit more cheese on top. You can make them as cheesy as you like, or less cheese. I like them pretty cheesy. So, all right. And then when that starts to melt, I'll throw on top the other tortilla. And then I'm gonna gently flip it, just to kind of start cooking the other side, since this side's already stuck with the cheese. But yeah, it's that simple. And then I just flip it a couple more times just to kind of get a little bit more of a browning on the tortilla. But I'm just gonna finish this up and I will show you guys the finished product. All right, guys, this is our finished product. We got 2 each with a little bit of rice underneath. And then I did mine with some sour cream. Xavier hates sour cream, so his is just his with some rice. All right, guys, we're gonna eat our dinner and chill for the rest of the night. Don't forget to watch our other YouTube videos.
All right, guys, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe.
All right, guys, bye.